Hi everyone, Anthony here on behalf of LFC Transfer Room, and in today's video I'm going to be covering my top 10 signings under Jurgen Klopp. Dating all the way back to 2016, Jurgen Klopp has made some fantastic signings. But who makes my top 10 list? Be sure to drop your favourite signing in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into it. Starting us off at number 10, we've got Naby Keita. For a guy that was deemed to be top 5 players in the world, it's sad that injuries have stopped us from seeing his true ability. Whenever he is asked to play, we definitely see a huge difference in quality between Naby lad and our other midfielders. Keita somewhat perfected the balance between a huge attacking threat whilst being able to offer defensive solidity. Having said that though, his injury record is extremely poor, and it's frustrating knowing he can only string 5 matches together. Should we get rid of him though? For me, I don't think so. I've said plenty of times that Naby Keita is probably our best midfielder. Maybe not ahead of Thiago, but he's definitely got some quality there if we could just somehow remove all of his injury problems. Speaking of the devil, in at number 9, we've got Thiago Alcantara. A signing essentially made by the fans. Thiago is certainly a player that fits into every single 11 in the world. He had a very bright start, breaking the Premier League record for the most passes in 45 minutes against Chelsea. The following fixture, he got man of the match against Everton, but that was the one match where everything just went wrong. Thiago was out up until January, Van Dijk of course out for the whole season. Joe Gomez got injured for the rest of the season a couple of weeks later on. So when Thiago did return, he was playing in a makeshift team. So it wasn't really an ideal situation for Thiago. Ever since Fabinho's moved back into the midfield, we've actually started winning matches, and Thiago Alcantara in particular has been a key player. Has he lived up to his potential? Definitely not. But like I said, this is solely because he's been playing in a makeshift team. When Van Dijk returns, when Gomez returns, Matty, and we make some signings, Thiago, in my opinion, is definitely going to be in contention for player of the season. In at number 8 is another signing from this season, Diogo Jota. Being from Wolverhampton myself, I always knew how good Diogo Jota was, so this signing was quite possibly my favourite since I've ever been born. Before he was injured, he was scoring goals for fun, but as soon as he got injured, we saw the impact that Diogo Jota really had on this Liverpool team. From looking like we're going to bring home number 20 to now being in the top 4 battle, it shows that we did really miss Diogo Jota's goals. In at number 7, we've got our signing from that great Monaco team, Fabinho. Quite possibly the most secretive signing in our club's history. Fabinho has been absolutely vital to our success in the past couple of seasons. The one that stands out to me the most is probably the semi-final against Barcelona. He had Messi, Coutinho, Luis Suarez all on the ropes, and thankfully we went on to win the Champions League final against Tottenham. The craziest thing about Fabinho is that I believe we would have had 2 Premier Leagues by now had he started in that match against Manchester City, and one of the Premier Leagues would have been golden. This season as well, Fabinho's had to show off his versatility by playing as a makeshift centre-back for us, and he's performed exceptionally well when asked upon. Moving on to number 6, we've got our left back from Scotland, Andy Robertson. Everyone was making fun of us for signing this guy because he came from a relegated Hull side, but I guess we got the last laugh, eh? For me, he's definitely been the best left back in the world for the past 3 seasons, as he's consistently performed to a high level. There's healthy competition between him and Trent, as they both try and assist our front 3. And as well as this, Robertson definitely seems like a great personality off the field. He's taken part in a mini carpool series with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he also sent a couple shots at Luis Suarez after the 4-0 win against Barcelona. His quality is backed up by his stats as well. He currently has 37 goal contributions for us in just over 3 seasons. Moving into the top 5, we start off with the number 5 himself, Wijnaldum. I could have placed Andy Robertson higher than him, but 16-17 Gini, I have not forgotten about you. This man got 17 goal contributions back in 2016, helping us secure Champions League football for the first time in 3 years. Ever since then, Klopp's asked him to play a more defensive role for us, and without any complaints whatsoever, Gini's definitely been one of the best midfielders in the world in terms of consistency. As well as this, we can never forget about that Barcelona match, which I've brought up 3 times in this video, but that Wijnaldum substitution was probably the best in Champions League history. Coming off the bench to score 2 goals in a matter of 10 minutes, and helping us get to the Champions League final yet again, by the way, but this time we go on to win it. At number 4, we have our number 1 goalkeeper, Alisson. Alisson was the first goalkeeper in history to get 3 Golden Gloves in 1 season. At the time, Alisson was the most expensive goalkeeper in the world, until Chelsea broke that record a few weeks later with Kepa Kepa Arrizabalaga. Alisson was in there to replace Loris Karius, who unfortunately had a poor performance in the Champions League final, and essentially his goal was to actually win us trophies, because everyone knows you have to have a world-class goalkeeper to win silverware, and Alisson was exactly that. In his first season at the club, Alisson conceded just 22 league goals. Comparing that to the season before, we conceded 38, and him being in goal helped us secure our first major trophy since the KLOPP back in 2012. The most vital save throughout that competition for Alisson was probably the one against Napoli. So putting that save into context, there would have been no Champions League trophy, no parade, no Super Cup, and no Club World Cup. So I wouldn't be sitting here with this badge on my shirt right now. This year, Alisson hasn't really performed at the top level that he was doing a couple seasons back, but this is for obvious reasons. His dad tragically lost his life, and on the occasional match day, he's had injury problems. With that being said though, he's definitely one of the best goalkeepers in Premier League history and one of the irreplaceable players in this Liverpool squad. Moving into the top 3 now, we've got the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. If we're talking about statistics, this guy should definitely be at the number 1 spot, but I'm basing this off impact and performances. In the 17-18 season, Salah broke the Premier League record for the most goals in a season with 32, and for someone that was deemed to be a Premier League flop, he certainly shut the haters up. Vital performances from Mo Salah in the past few seasons have definitely won us our trophies. Words just can't describe how much I love this man, and without him this season, we would definitely be in the bottom half of the table. So anyone even suggesting that we should get rid of Mo Salah, please take a hard look at yourself. Now it's make or break time. Who is number 1 and who's number 2? We're starting off with number 2, and we've got Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane has definitely been one of the most important players in this Liverpool rebuild. He was one of Jurgen Klopp's first signings, and ever since his debut against Arsenal, he's performed to a world-class level. In the 17-18 season, Sadio Mane became the first player in Premier League history to score in both legs of a semi-final. On top of this, Sadio Mane of course scored in the Champions League final, which we ended up losing against Real Madrid. The following season, we ended up winning the Champions League of course. He added a golden boot to his collection alongside Mohamed Salah, and the next season, the season we won the Premier League, I believe that Sadio Mane was possibly robbed of PFA Player of the Year, just like how he was robbed of a 3rd place Ballon d'Or finish back in 2019. The only reason I have put him above Mo is that he's been here for a season longer. Mane was definitely one of the standout players of that season, as he helped us secure a Champions League finish, and I believe if we didn't actually get top 4, Mohamed Salah might have not even joined us. And it's not just Mo Salah we're talking about Van Dijk as well. The greatest centre-half in Premier League history, and not just Premier League history, in football history, Virgil van Dijk. £75 million. Everyone was laughing in our faces. And what did Virgil van Dijk do? He made us world champions. People were claiming this man was not good enough, even though he got into the team of the year, by the way, at Southampton. So with anyone screaming about this nonsense that Van Dijk wasn't even good before he signed for Liverpool, we wouldn't pay £75 million for an average player, would we? Unless of course you're Manchester United. Since his signing, Van Dijk has helped us reach 2 Champions League finals, of course losing one but winning the other, and in his first full season at Liverpool he won the PFA Player of the Year award. The Premier League will never see another defender perform as well as Van Dijk did during the 18-19 season. This man won UEFA Player of the Year award, 2nd place finish in a Ballon d'Or which he should have won. This man single-handedly helped Trent, Robertson, Gomez and even Joel Matip reach a world-class level. And for anyone that wants to take away some sort of credibility from Virgil van Dijk, just look at this season. With Virgil van Dijk in the team, we were getting to Champions League finals and winning them, and we were also competing for the Premier League. Now without him, we're struggling to even make the top 4. So any of this nonsense about him being overrated, just zip it. Right, we've reached the end of the video. Let me know your favourite signings by Jurgen Klopp. Be sure to like the video, subscribe with notifications on. I've been Anthony on behalf of LFC Transfer Room and I'm signing out.